If Diddy offered you your portfolio goals after taxes right here, right now, would you do it?
Is there a catch?
This is the proof right here. This kid is 18 years old, at the top of the chain right now, killing it. And he started with nothing, essentially, like 3 years ago, whatever it was. I mean, I'm sure there's special qualities about Profit, but if you can have the confidence that he has within himself, I'm sure anybody else could do it also. Profit is joining right now, boys.
Hello?
Profit, what is going on? How you doing?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's good? Chilling. Just a little last minute stream. Chat really wanted to have you on, and it seems like we were able to get to work out. So, first off, if you want to give, I know a lot of people do know you as LeBron. If you want to give a little intro about yourself for the people who don't know you, what do you do? What do you trade, etc.
Kind of just grind with a group of people. I recommend sitting in VCs because that kind of helps me a lot. Like it catches a lot of things I don't catch sometimes. I use Photon to trade on Sol, Banana for ETH, and obviously Banana for ETH. Sigma for all the other L2s like Base, BNB, and all that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so you are actually one of the most impressive people I've seen trade omni-chain. And I think that's an underrated aspect of trading, is just having funds essentially set up on every single chain. Before we get into questions from the chat, do you have any high conviction plays? So I know you trade more of flipping stuff. But do you have any high conviction bags right now, and what's your narrative for them? I'm
holding Nom Nom, but that's because Cordy got me in that. And Cordy's actually he's hyper bullish on that, and I kind of Brainlet for sure. Brainlet's easy 100 mil. The way Nom Nom's trading is probably gonna go 100 mil also.
Nom Nom is getting god bids right now.
Yeah, no, no one's selling, which is kind of weird to me.
Okay, so yeah, this is a good question. What got you started on your trading journey? Why crypto in the first place? How did you discover it?
I was playing Fortnite. I wasn't making enough money. Started doing NFTs. Someone put me on. I still trade with him too. His name is Valen. He put me on back in the day, and he told me to quit Fortnite and start trading NFTs. And then ever since then, I started doing that. Kind of just stuck through the bear. I didn't let up.
When was this? What year when you joined?
2021.
2021, gotcha, okay. I feel like that was the same. So this is your technically second cycle now.
Yeah.
In the trenches.
Yeah, well, I joined at the top, the tippity top.
Basically
250 soul. Literally
what?
250
so you joined Pico top then?
Yeah, literally Pico top.
So what made you stay in these markets? You tasted the elixir of the money and kind of realized the potential.
I just seen better traders than me just printing so much money is I have to stay. It's it will never get easier than crypto.
They're asking you, did you have large capital starting off?
I didn't even put any money into this. The person that told me to start doing NFTs, he told me to go for a mint for him, and I hit a rare, and he gave me a percentage. But that really started off. It was $2,000.
Yeah, that's, by the way, if you guys don't know, that's the craziest thing about Profit and a lot of these grand FNF guys is they really started with not much. I know I saw Cordy's post I think yesterday, and he said that you gave him $1,000 to start trading basically a year ago, or he lost it all. And he basically ran that up, which is insanely inspiring. And it also goes to show everybody here that it's really possible to start with nothing and make it all. I mean, I also started with nothing, but I started a little earlier than you, 2020. So I had a cycle to run it up. What are some of Profit's biggest plays from trading? Do you have do you remember a certain play that's your favorite trade or your favorite play?
CTO is my biggest actual trade, yeah.
Do you want to explain that a little bit?
So I seen Sun buy a coin. It was the CTO. I was like, why is this pumping? We were all in VC, and it started sending, and we seen Radium tried making a make now meme, and we bid it. We followed Sun into that, and people were flooding saying I don't know if this is real. So then it went to 5 mil. And then make now meme, you know how they have to reply with the tweet to confirm it's real?
Yeah.
They did a completely different one, and I was the first one in there, and it was just history after that.
My favorite play was back when I was in university. It was my 21st birthday, so just about a year and a half ago, year and a half ago, yeah. And I ate 100K into. It was essentially a SHIB LARP, the SHIB deployer deployed a token. It was CAW, C-A-W. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if it's still around. Hunter's Dream, this one. I basically swiped 100K into it, and then I basically got blacked out because it was my 21st birthday, and I woke up forgetting that I aped, and I go on my wallet, and I'm up like 2.5x, 3x.
Holy shit, this coin is a movie.
I'm not gonna ask him that. How are you so calm and collected? I don't know. I don't know. That's a terrible question.
I mean, I just like I don't even know. Like I don't even know what to say to that.
How does Profit have so much aura?
Like, people are just trolling me.
Yeah. Do you like to use Mintech on Sol?
No, I don't use Mintech.
So, by the way, you don't have to answer any of these questions I'm about to read out, but I'm just reading chat. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 18.
We have a young buck here. It's truly insane this cycle to see some of the people who are cooking the hardest how young they are. How did you guys end up in the same circle?
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, so
Literally all playing Fortnite, and we just switched together.
They're losing their mind finding out you're 18. Yeah, that was honestly a shock to me also. I knew he was young, but I didn't know that. Okay, this is a good question. Profit, who are your best inspirations in this space? Who do you look up to?
For Rec 100% on ETH. I don't know that he's just different. Hal just has the Midas touch right now. He's actually like the best conviction trader I've ever seen. I don't really like I'm not really into like sex trading, but like I guess like Eugene.
He's like going crazy.
Trading. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Rec was definitely a big inspiration for a lot of the people who were trading on Sol last cycle. And obviously, you just went on a generational run. I guess I can answer that same question. Mine was probably GCR was my biggest inspiration. Just like teaching me conviction, because until then I was honestly until I like started like seeing GCR's tweets and stuff, I was really just following my favorite influencer on the timeline, just like borrowing conviction from them. And he was really the one that taught me like to make it in this space, you need to establish your own conviction. And he was also the one that said at the bottom of the bear market that the best thing you could do is surround yourself with friends who are still around, still grinding. Because if you're in the top like 10% in the bear market, by the time the bull market hits, just by like the dilution of people in the market, you're going to be top 1%. Does Profit have a Twitter API? How is he so fast in new coins? And don't say it's Nodies.
I'm just refreshing Twitter all day, bro.
No, that's a question for Spy Flips right there.
Yeah, so you ask Spy that question.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So actually, this is a good question. Do you have any memorable losses? Things that kind of rewired your brain to like, now I understand it, or what happened?
Yeah, basically, like Ishii's NFT called ABC.
I briefly, but not really. But
I aped that at like 250, so like the Pico top. And I wrote it down all the way, and like that was a bad loss. Like down to like 60 sold, that was a bad loss.
So what lessons did you learn from that trade?
Like I just FOMO'd so bad. Like that's when I started like realizing like FOMO is the mind killer. Like I just stopped Pico top aping. Like I'd rather just miss out. Like literally just miss out.
They're asking you to share 1 point to become a good trader / make it in crypto.
Confidence.
Uh-oh.
If you're going into a
Rogers
trade with
chat.
no confidence, then you already lost the trade.
Yeah, I think that I mean, as corny as it sounds, like just believing that you can do it is half of the battle. How do you identify winners so bad?
I'm gonna be honest, like half the time I'm buying coins and I don't know what it is, and I'm just tabbed out buying another coin, and then I will tab back in and see that it's up. Like it's really like most of the times I'm buying coins is because like I'm following wallets too. So if that wallet sells, then I'll sell. Like I just copy trade to a T sometimes.
You know, that actually reminds me, I don't know if you've definitely seen this, but after Rec won the banana trading contest, he had an interview. And one of the things he said was that like, they asked him like biggest, or like essentially the same question asked you. And he said it all comes down to intuition, knowing what to do when you see 30 plus buyers on a new token and like acting on that in seconds, like understanding confluence. And all that really just comes with experience. Like there's no like one rule fits all.
It's important to like track like certain groups too, because you can see like when they're about to do something.
Okay, this is a good question. How many wallets do you track? Because I know you have an insane amount of wallets labeled on Etherscan.
I don't know how to check Celio so fast, but let me check my Solana. I track 724 wallets.
Oh, what are your thoughts on the market? Do you have any overall like thoughts on the market? Like, are you one of the people that thinks that just like, hey, I'm young, I should take on risk on a long time frame, crypto's going to be up only? Do you denominate in like a barbell port? If you want to talk about that a little bit. I'm fully like stabled. I'm like, I don't care like
When I stable, because I just know as crypto goes up, I will make more crypto anyway. So me like stabling doesn't really like hurt me. Like I don't care about the price going up.
Facts. That was something that FF taught me, and it's once you get to a certain level on chain, you trust in your skills, and you could trust that even if Bitcoin does go to like 100K, there's going to be so many plays like we're seeing right now that you could flip. That it's just it outperforms you holding spot Bitcoin anyway. And then obviously, if we go to the downside, we have USDC. Do you win? Do you find yourself winning bigger on pump fund apes or on size on big market caps?
I kind of struggle aping with size, but usually it's just me being early on pump fund, if I'm being honest. Usually when I ape something with size, I sell too fast. My stop loss hits. Like I usually always keep a 50% stop loss, and like that's usually the bottom. So I kind of like tend to stay away from aping with size.
By the way, we are about to hit my viewer record, I think, 500 viewers live at the same time on Twitch. If you guys aren't following Profit on Twitter, this is his Twitter right here. Okay, this is a good question. Someone asked, can you ask Profit if Grand is ever going to open up applications? And if so, how does it work?
That is the same. He's in Grand and he's trolling, but
I need to get mods, dude. I have no mods right now, and Grand is just spamming.
You need to ban everybody in Grand.
Okay. I don't know how to ban people in chat, not gonna lie.
but Grand would never open like applications. Like it's literally just a friend group of. We probably invited 2 to 3 people that we didn't know from Fortnite.
Okay, this is a good one. This you might not want to answer, but is there anything that like you've spent? Like, have you spent your money IRL? And if you have, like, what's your favorite purchase?
I only bought one thing, and it's a watch. I've only bought an AP. That's it.
AP, okay. What are your next goals in this space?
It's just 10 mil after taxes has always been my goal. Like that's just about it. I haven't like done that yet, so that's still my goal.
Yeah, I know, because I know like some people are going down like the influencer content route. Others just want to make their money and get out.
Yeah, I don't really want to be like a cable or influencer. I'm kind of just like here for it. So obviously I want to network as much as I can, but.
Oh yeah, this is a good question. So they asked, what's your risk management, which you already explained. You're fully in stables because you trust your on-chain skills. How do you base your sizing on plays? Is there a rule you go by?
Most of my trades are just copy trades. So if I see like somebody like I trust a lot go like heavy in, I usually would like copy the exact size. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, like I don't feel comfortable in a coin with unless I have like 2% or if it's at like 1 mil plus, unless I have like 1% plus, like I don't feel comfortable holding it. Like I just like to maximize as much as I can. I feel like if you have 1% plus, like that's fine. 1% of 10 mil coin is 100K. So.
We're finally getting some non-troll questions. Have you ever? This is a good question. So you said you had big losses before. Have you ever felt like giving up or no? Even when you lost big, you understood the potential in this space.
No, I'm never like. The only time I felt like giving up was last year when I had 1 ETH in January, and then I wrote it down like to like 0.2 in June, and then or in May, and then I was like, I'm not sure if I even want to still do this. Like I might just get a job. Like I don't know. Like that's the only time I've had doubt on myself, but. After that, like, I just always known I can make it back, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Milady Colt? What do you think about Colt?
$1 billion coin.
$1 billion. Okay, but let's get serious here though. What is the thesis for Colt here? And I know
if I'm being honest, I'm gonna sell most of my initials first day probably, and then just DCA out. Like I ideally I want to sell like 300 mil plus, because like that's like a 3 to 4x for me on like good size, and I'm gonna sell my initials and like just try to scale over the next few days, unless Durant gets me bullish enough to not sell at all.
Okay, so another question. Obviously, I think both of us basically just trade where the volume is. We don't care really what chain it is. We don't align and become a community member of a certain chain. But besides Solana, which chain are you most bullish on in the next few months regarding on-chain season?
Oh, I don't even know, man. ETH is just so dead. ETH is just too complex for like new traders. Like it's just the gas is just so bad. I think probably base is the best.
So I was thinking also
next on chain.
I think especially with Base listing not only Pepe but also Whiff today really shows that once they were kind of just waiting till Trump wins for regulatory wise. And now I really wouldn't be surprised if they started pushing their own chain a little bit harder now.
Also, another thing like for EVMs is like as soon as the volume comes back, so do the farmers like instantly, like just tax farms, bundles, and it just ruins the fun for ETH.
I don't think Profit has more size on Ether Soul. I think he has size on probably both, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm like equalish, yeah.
If Diddy offered you your portfolio goals after taxes right here, right now, would you do it?
Is there a catch?
No catch.
Yeah, I'm taking the money from Diddy.
Okay.
That's easy retirement plan.
I mean, you gotta party with him for a night though. Is one night worth it?
Oh no, I don't know about that.
That's too much.
I can't do that one.
Okay, he already gave a breakdown of his port. He's fully stable, essentially. Which, by the way, I have to say is extremely impressive. I don't usually hear most especially younger people who are denominated in USDC. And I think that's probably because you said you joined at the top of the last cycle, so you understand like things can go down also.
Like I seen like the $250 to $8. Like I seen what can happen in like a blink of like one Black Swan event. So I'm not trying to do that again.
Okay, here's how did you go from a semi-good trader to advanced trader? And not necessarily just you, but what's the biggest difference between somebody who's semi-good and great?
What made me better as a trader is like I built up my confidence. Like before, I used to have a strict trading style. I got out my comfort zone. Like I didn't back in like the ETH days. I would only dip buy like, for example, like, if someone nuked like 10 ETH, I would buy like 2 ETH that block and then sell the next block right after. Scout for like 0.2 ETH, and that's the only way I used to trade. And I stepped out that comfort zone. I just like started clicking on different things. If you want to like really advance from now, though, I think you need to start learning the chain and tracking wallets, because I feel like most of these people just slip up on their wallets and just reuse wallets. So if you track the good traders and the insiders and the KOLs, you usually will win every time. You
are not a perps trader, correct?
No, not at all. I did deposit into Hyperliquid though after I seen that P&L from you, so
that's not a good thing. I don't want to encourage people to use perps.
Nope.
This is a good question. With your size you have right now, why don't you just earn APR on your USDC and then just go fuck off? I guess you already said you're not at port goals yet, so you kind of answered it.
Yeah.
Are you earning interest on your stables right now, or are you just not even worried about that because on-chain is so hot right now?
Not on-chain, but like off-chain I am.
Fair. Okay, what did your parents, like, do your parents know, like, how much do your parents know? Like, do they know you trade? If so, like, how deep are they? And how do they react?
I trade. They don't know how much I make to a T, but I told them a little bit, like, not a lot though.
Were they pretty like accepting of it? Because my parents, when I first told them, were kind of shocked. They didn't really believe in crypto.
They were like just like proud of me, like doing like big things. So they just have faith in me.
So for somebody new to the space that wants to start learning how to track wallets, what's a good first place to start? Like, I know it's a very vague question. I don't want you to give away any edge, but like, how do you even find the good wallets to track in the first place?
I don't want to say high win rates like most of the time, because people that have high win rates are probably just like rinsing copy traders or just never really taking risk on their trades. So I think good 7-day P&Ls and not 30 days. Also, I think good sized traders, like when usually like top blast, like Pal, for example, like Pal's wallet is like a good wallet. When you see like top blasting and like with actual size, you should track good sized traders. You should track early wallets on coins that randomly run to 10 mil without no explanation at all. You should get those early wallets, and you should get wallets that are always in pump funds that you see regularly, like Stacky's wallet, for example.
This is a weird question, but who do you consider the cabal, people who have pull and should be followed on Twitter for notifications?
Do I really want to leak that?
I'm probably not, but like I said, you don't have to answer anything.
Oh, nah, I don't want to get front ran, so
fair.
Just keep that.
Do I have to prove I'm a better top blaster than Pow to get into True? That's crazy.
I don't think there's a better top blaster than Pow.
There's genuinely not. There's been 3 times now where I vividly remember Pow top blasting something, and I'm like, you're crazy. Like, this is like something that was already insanely high, and him just blasting so much size, and I'm like, you're insane. And then like 2 weeks later, I come back and he's up just $1 gazillion.
Yeah, he just always makes money on the stop loss.
Okay, I answered this question earlier on stream. If you had 100 SOL and that was your port, and you wanted to rent to 1,000, what would you do? Like, what were some of the steps you would take? Would you change anything you're doing now?
No, I would do exactly what I'm doing now. I would meme scope, 3 SOL button, try to get in early on it. All it takes is one narrative, and you can easily make 1,000 SOL. Like, as long as you just like slow down from selling too much, zoom out on the narrative. I mean, this sounds like obvious, but like once you really do it a couple times, once you G a couple times on a good narrative, like it just starts clicking in your head that you need to slow down. All it takes is that one play. Like Nero was in the pump fund. Like imagine you hit Nero. That went 20 mil in like 2 minutes.
I don't have to imagine.
You lived it.
But yeah, no, I think a lot of people force way too many plays in this space. And I think that's partially due to most people just like, okay, I'm going to argue on the flip side of this because I don't track wallets myself personally. And I know a lot of people do, and I know there's a big edge in tracking wallets, but I think, and we saw this with a lot of people who solely rely on sniping, is that if that's all you do, you don't build any intuition to know like how long to hold things, you know, because all you're doing is you're trusting your tech too much, you're trusting your sniper too much, or you're trusting your wallets too much, that you're never able to like build your own conviction and intuition in plays. Now, obviously, there's tons of upside to sniping and wallet tracking, and I do both sometimes, but
experience is like the best teacher anyway. So like once you do like mess up a couple times, like it start clicking in your head. So
do you go to the gym?
Not in this market, no.
Yeah, it's so hard. Okay, how much sleep do you get every night?
Recently?
Yeah, in this market.
I've been going to sleep like 2 a.m., waking up at like 10:30, like 7 or 8 hours. It's kind of sometimes I just wake up to a random 20 mil coin and kind of I'm in disbelief for today, but I don't like trading on no sleep. Doesn't really help me.
Yeah, I find myself needing to get sleep. I mean, when we're in conditions like this, I don't get sleep, but sleep is really important. Otherwise, just like you're tired the whole day, then you feel slow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of a non-trading related question, so I don't know if you want to answer this, but after you reach those goals you mentioned, do you have anything planned after? Are you going to continue to trade just because you're so young? Are you going to take a little bit of time off?
Oh, after I hit those goals, I'm definitely going to take some time off. I'm going to still look at the chain, but I'm not going to be on all day just grinding meme scope. I'm just going to like take a break, like, because like I did what I wanted to do.
Yep. I think at a certain point, like spending 15 hours a day on meme scope becomes minus EV at a certain port, because like you could have, like, for example, yesterday you could have just shoved size on that Elon tweet and then just logged off for 24 hours and came back now and been up more than anybody. I mean, new pairs have low-key been ass lately. Like there's been some good flips, like some really good flips, but if we're comparing like new pairs to how mid caps have performed, I think mid caps have swept.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any filters on meme scope that you use?
Nah, I have no filters. That's kind of bad though. If you have too much filters, you're gonna miss like a lot of things. That's like my biggest problem.
No, I don't think you should have filters. I only have 2 filters on meme scope. One is on about to graduate. I have 10 holders, which almost all pump funds are already 10 holders, but and then graduated, it's over 20K market cap, just to get rid of like the pump funds that die, so they're not on the screen. But besides that, I have no filters on newly created or anything. I can't ask that question. I'm sorry. I mean, a lot of these questions, guys, really comes down to intuition. Like, there's no like one sort of rule. I mean, I'm gonna ask. Does Profit have Alex Becker's wallet? Dude, they're going crazy in chat. Bullix versus Photon, and why? What do you like about Photon?
I'm never even like switched. Like I just first started using Photon and like I just never even tried Bullix.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to like UI preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, also I don't like the colors on Bullix. How
do you make sure you buy a quick What the fuck is these questions? Alright, half of these are all your boys just spamming messages right now. What he does for a living. Guys, if anybody has any serious question, on a real note, I know a lot of people are trolling, but I do consider Profit a insanely good trader, probably top 0.001% in this market. And this is one of the few times I've actually talked to him on VC. So if you guys do have any questions for him, this is a really good opportunity to dig into the mind of a trader. Profit does say he does trade on VC, which is where it differs from me. I actually never trade on VC at all. but you like it better because just like the information flows faster because you can just say it without typing it.
Yeah, and like, but the only problem with VC is like right now there's 23 people in VC, so you have 23 different opinions on each coin you buy, and sometimes that one opinion just floods everybody else out and causes them to sell the bottom. That's what happened on Peanut yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the only like bad part about it. Other than that, like some people catch things you don't see, so.
I think people need to think long and hard about where they accept noise from in this market, because a lot of people are just accepting noise from all aspects, and I guess why it's important. Like you have Grand, I have Troop. Like there's like these assets of noise through the market that we allow ourselves to accept noise from, and yeah, like sometimes we get flooded out and stuff, and there's bad info, but a lot of times they're also right.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for somebody that's new to the space and wants to start networking with people and, you know, join these like VC chats or just like Telegram chats or whatever it is?
Honestly, I would join a paid group first, like, because when I was like just starting out in coins and stuff, I joined Pastel and Shocked. So I would recommend to join like Potion, Shocked, or Pastel, but you should be picking like better traders' brains. But honestly, like in this market, it's kind of hard to get back to DMs because you don't want to miss something. So like when you don't get a response, don't feel bad.
What are you guys' conviction plays? Right now, I recently have stabled up a lot. Recently, I only have 2 conviction plays, which is my Doge long, which is essentially just spot now. So my collateral is the same size as my long. And I actually de-risked that by half. And then I'm also in loose right now still. I think that's a really good narrative, but I talked about that earlier in the stream. Do you have any more conviction plays? By the way, I think you said you mainly don't play conviction, but
yeah, no, it's just nom nom and brainlet really. That's it.
Okay, so I do want to ask you about a specific trade recently. It was the Binance listing your ACT trade. Can you kind of walk us through like what was happening before, what happened then, and why you chose to sell what you did?
I was laying back and just in BC with friends, and TG noticed saying Binance listed ACT and Peanut. I didn't even see Peanut. I only saw ACT, so I just quickly typed it in and just spammed 100 sold buy to try and get in. I actually got in way more than I even wanted to, but it obviously worked out. And I also didn't zoom out on the narrative at all and G'd it first day and missed out on a lot of profit. I regret my selling on that coin so bad.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were holding it when I woke up the next morning. I didn't see you sell it or anything.
No, I did hold it to the next morning, but
okay.
I sold it at 400 million, and the same day it went 600.
Yeah, but that just goes to show like the importance, because a lot of people right now in chat are ripping on you for being in stables. Like, why are you in stables, not Bitcoin? But because you're in stables, you have the freedom to shove size. I mean, I'm sure you had SOL on hand anyway, but like, because you feel so comfortable in stables, you feel comfortable shoving size into those quote unquote free money plays, which have been really popping up almost every day at this rate.
Yeah, literally, so many 10 mil coins. All it takes is 1%, and that's 100K right there.
Is there anything that you would tell yourself a year ago when you were still struggling and down to 1 ETH?
Stay confident. Literally, like confidence is the reason for everything.
So you keep saying confidence, which I really agree on, but I think that's a common trait in successful traders, but it spans more than just trading. Confidence in all aspects of life. How did you build your confidence? Is that something you were born with? Did it take stacking small wins to realize that you were him? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, and like stacking small wins and like being comfortable with losing and not being right all the time. Like, because obviously you're not going to hit every trade. So I just like started like taking more L's and just still stacking my wins. I started seeing like I haven't had a red month in a while, so or ever, so like that really built confidence too. So it's really just like once you master a certain like play style, like you just build off it and you just branch out into other play styles.
Definitely. I use the analogy a lot. Like trading is on chain is really like a video game, and different people have different like abilities in this video game. Some people are like flippers. Others are like just top blasting and like big digging. Others are scalping with size on news-based events. Others are in the pump fund trenches trading news-based events. And it's like, I think it's important to everybody needs to establish their own play style and find something that works for them. Because just because it works for you doesn't mean what you do is going to work for me, or what I do is going to work for you, or is going to work for anybody in the chat.
Exactly.
And it's all about it's really all about finding something that works and then just sticking with it. Because I don't think there's any need to change trading style until you hit there isn't ever really a need, but eventually you do have to size up, I guess. But percents stay the same, really. Yeah, what's your trading setup look like? How many monitors do you have?
I have 2 monitors. That's it.
Okay, 2 monitors.
Literally my same Fortnite setup. I just have 2 monitors.
You ever missed a trade because of a toilet break? What?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. I feel like everyone's done that. Before we end, first off, Profit, I appreciate you coming on. I want to end with this question. I kind of end all my spaces with this, but I want to ask it to you specifically. Is there any piece of life advice, or I know you like to post quotes and stuff, do you have a favorite quote that you want to tell people that they could relate to trading? Maybe it's life advice, something that the 450 people listening right now could take and maybe add some area of life with it.
Just be grateful for the small things in life. Like, not everybody's in your position. There's people doing worse out there. Like, I'm just like thankful for anything that happens. Like, 'cause I just wake up another day and just get to it. So
100%.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think, but before I brought you on, I was actually using this analogy, and it was like, there's there's somebody like right now who is not like doesn't have enough money for dinner, and they're wishing that they had enough money for McDonald's, and then the guy who has enough money for McDonald's is always wishing that he had enough money for Chick-fil-A. And then the guy who eats Chick-fil-A is wishing he had enough for like filet mignon every day. And then that guy's like wishing he could hire for a private chef. And there's always going to be like infinite levels to it, So it really just comes down to like comparisons with Eva Joy and being grateful and happy, because especially in these like euphoria markets, you go on Twitter, and I'm not going to say I'm not part of this, but you see these insane P&Ls on Twitter. And people start to feel FOMO and this and that, but they don't realize what someone's had to do to get to the spot they are today. And if you're just always looking at this, you're going to get dragged into it, overexposed. And
yeah, that's the problem with crypto trading too, is like you're like never really satisfied, but like once you get that like couple wins, like you just want to keep going. Like you never really appreciate what you're actually doing. Kind of like that fucks up your mindset a lot.
Manage life, or else it will manage you. I said that. If you guys don't already know who Profit is, I'm going to pull up his Twitter. I recommend following him. I'm going to toss it in chat. If you guys didn't listen to what he said, he essentially just said, be grateful for everything that you have. Things are going to get insanely euphoric. And I'm telling you guys, it's just starting. I know macros are already at 8th, but on-chain is about to get insane. I'm talking, people don't remember this from last cycle. There's going to be multi-billion-dollar runs in the same week. And we're already seeing that with like Peanut and stuff. But it's going to be insane. This is the time right now to be locking in if you aren't already. I mean, you're not going to get better market conditions than this.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.